Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
We are going to pop open a topic that I feel like you and I have both been asked about a lot over the years. The simple question of how do you know where to put the oils?
Which is such a good question because it's so funny. Something so simple like oils from a plant, it feels like it should be straightforward. And then you start asking all these questions, especially for people who are type A and want to do things right. It can be very hard for them to understand that it's pretty hard to mess this up.
I probably fall into that category. I'm guessing that I needed instructions when I first got into oils. Well, where do I put this one? Does this one go in the same place? Which leads me to the first story that we'll talk about, the funniest story that I feel like I've ever heard in regards to this topic. Somebody's first experience with oils was digestion. And so they were instructed to put it around their belly button when they needed to use it that time. They had success with it. And so the story is that from there on out, this was somebody's husband that they were talking about. From there on out, they thought that all oils needed to be applied around the belly button.
And see, what's funny is the story I heard was in the belly button.
Oh, wow.
And so they were literally dropping everything in like that's the magic portal into the body. Just plug in your oils and you're good to go.
So let's be clear about how essential oils work when applied topically. Do you want to explain a little bit of that process?
Yeah, but before then, actually, one of the things you said made me think about when you first started, you were probably that person. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I was that person because when I first started the class I went to, they just told us to put everything on our feet. And they talked about how the skin is the least sensitive on the bottom of your feet. And so you can put any oil on your feet. That is how I started, was applying every oil to the bottom of my feet. And I still do that often, but now I apply all other places as well, but that's kind of where I started. Kind of like the belly button person, but I wasn't told belly button. I was just told feet. And so everything went on the bottom of my feet. So oils are pretty awesome. We've talked before that you can use them aromatically, internally, and topically. And obviously this conversation, we're talking about topically specifically, but oils, literally, when you put them on your skin, they go into your body. So they absorb into your skin. And part of this is because they're completely natural and natural things go together. So when you apply oils on your skin, it goes into your skin and then goes into your bloodstream. And within 20 minutes of applying oils anywhere on your body, it's going to go through your entire body because it's in your bloodstream. And so it's really interesting. I have put peppermint oil on the bottom of my feet, and within a few minutes, I can actually taste peppermint on my tongue. And that's literally because it went into my bloodstream and now it's reached the tongue area, I guess, and you can taste it. So it's kind of fun to experiment and experience that. It's also kind of terrifying when you think about all of the unnatural things that we put on our body and what is getting into our bloodstream the same way. And we just can't taste it the way we can taste peppermint oil or whatever. But that's why you apply it on your skin. And there's also a lot of research and information about how when you put a carrier oil on top of it on your skin, it will help not only drive the oils in. So the primary carrier oil that I like to use is fractionated, which is just liquid coconut oil. But you could literally use olive oil, walnut oil. You could use all different types of oils. And it helps not only drive the oils deeper in, but it also catches the aromatic properties. So instead of having the oil go into the air and you smell it, when you put a carrier oil over it, it just ensures more oils are going down into your skin.
And for what I've heard, it also helps it take a little bit longer to get fully absorbed, meaning that the effects last over a longer period of time versus a lot of the oil being evaporated back out into the air if it's just applied superficially without that carrier oil.
Yeah. That makes sense. Plus, it's nice because you don't need a whole lot of oil. So you could literally put like a drop of frankincense on your skin and then put carrier oil over it. And it's much easier to rub into a larger area of skin.
So let's talk about a couple different directions here. First, when we're talking about where to put oils, if you are talking about an oil that comes with a sun sensitivity, then I guess the first direction is you wouldn't put it anywhere that the sun's going to see. So there is a little bit of discretion depending on what the oil that you're using is. So I'm not going to put a citrus oil on my arms or my face and then go to the beach because it's going to be sun sensitive. In those cases, you'd put the bottoms of the feet or somewhere underneath clothing so that it's not seen by the sun. The other direction is there are quite a few doTERRA oils that are already pre-diluted with the fractionated coconut oil. And so they come for really easy application where you can just roll them on topically and you don't have to worry about adding that coconut oil. So that makes it really easy too.
Right.
So this morning I have applied an oil topically. It is actually in a roller bottle, and it does not come in a roller bottle any longer, unfortunately. So I will have to start applying my own. I have been dealing with some tendonitis in my elbow, and I'll put the Deep Blue stick on it every now and then when I think about it. I don't think about it till it starts hurting, obviously. But last night I was standing at my oils before bed, and Past Tense was sitting there in the roller bottle. And so I applied it on. It actually helped a little bit more than the Deep Blue. So, different things work. Yeah, different things work for different things at different times, it seems like. So this morning I applied it again. Past Tense only comes in a regular 15 ml with the special cap now, and you cannot get it in the roller bottle. So I'll have to make my own. But so that's one thing I've applied topically. I applied it directly to the source of pain because that's what I was trying to
address. Yep.
Yeah. Have you applied anything topically this morning, and where did you put it?
I haven't applied anything topically yet, but I do apply oils topically multiple times a day. So like I've talked many times about the rose oil that I put on my face specifically, and Yarrow Pom I put on my face every single day as well. And just throughout the day, I put oils. I'll put them on my pulse points if I want to, smell like perfume. I did that last night. I went out to a networking event and applied oils to my wrist and the back of my neck just so that I would smell good. But also I used an oil that made me feel uplifted and energized and pretend like I'm an extrovert for a few hours while I'm around people past my bedtime. So yeah, that was helpful as well. And I definitely, it's so nice to be able to put the oils exactly where you're having the pain. Because again, if you put the oils anywhere on your body, within 20 minutes, it's everywhere. But like when I have a headache, I want to put it on my forehead because it's going to get there faster. I don't have to put it on my feet and wait the full 20 minutes to receive the relief. I can get the relief really fast. And so I love that. And the same with like aches and pains. If your knee hurts, just rub it directly on your knee. And so it's getting there. It will get everywhere else as well, but at least it's immediately getting to that pain point.
Well, and that was my thought process when I started applying my night oils directly to the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've talked before, I like to just turn the cedarwood or Tulsi, whatever, upside down, right on top of my head. I can feel a few drops get in, and then I go to bed. And I feel like it just gets directly to my brain, which is what I'm trying to shut down for bedtime.
Yeah. Well, and I would love to know more about like traditional Chinese medicine or acupuncture points, because it really is fascinating. And I know there's a lot of effectiveness putting the oils on those specific acupuncture points. A lot of the resource books do have the acupuncture points, at least on the feet and the hands, and some even have it on the ears. But I know people who know, like, put it on this elbow to impact that ear or whatever it might be. And right. I don't understand that at all. I have a book on it, and the book is a little too high level for me. I don't understand the book either. But I am fascinated by that.
I am too. We had a talk with some upper level leaders a long time ago, and somebody walked us through an application of a couple of different oils, and she put them in very specific spots. And I was so curious about why each one went in each spot. She seemed very well-versed and confident with why they were going in certain areas. So I would like to learn more about that at some point too. But I think the whole premise of this topic and conversation is that you can't go wrong. I mean, like you said, whether it's the bottoms of your feet, your spine, a certain spot based on a particular ache or pain, it's all getting into your bloodstream. Mm-hmm. You really can't go wrong with where you're applying these. So if you're a belly button person, go ahead and keep applying them to your belly button.
Nothing wrong with that. I do like, though, the one area you can go wrong, and you already mentioned this, but I think it's worth repeating, is with the photosensitive oils. And you're so right. So that's primarily the citrus oils. But I specifically have one instance where I used the body spray lotion, that beautiful body spray. Yeah. Is it grapefruit that's in there? Oh, no, it's bergamot that's in there.
Yes.
And I applied it on my arms. I love the way this lotion feels. I love the way it smells. I put it on my arms, and then I put on a sweater that had like fun cutouts on the arms. And went to a friend's birthday brunch, and we ended up sitting outside because it was a beautiful day in Dallas. And even though I was in the shade, I ended up getting crazy cutout sunburns on my arm from my lotion. So yeah, the photosensitivity thing is legit. And then maybe this goes without saying, but also don't put oils in your eyes.
Well, and it's not even in your eyes. There are times that I've applied Deep Blue or Deep Blue Rub or some of those other things, peppermint even, and you forget that it's on your hands and you don't wash your hands right away, and then you go to rub your eye. So you definitely need to be careful with certain oils. If you've applied them topically, maybe wash your hands just in case you don't accidentally touch a sensitive area after that too.
Right. Sensitive area, meaning there's more than just the eyes you might not want to touch.
Yes.
You can use your imagination on that.
Yes.
All right. Well, hopefully this podcast has helped you realize that it's pretty hard to mess up the application system. There's just a few little rules, but we would love to hear from you. Where's the most interesting place you have applied oils? Or like, did you start out like me, hearing that you should only put them on the bottom of your feet, or like this person who put it in their belly button? We want to hear about that. So let us know, connect with us on our social media, or connect with us on our website, or join our Ask Us Anything call that we have the third Thursday of every month, except for September, because that's a free Zoom call. We're only on for 30 minutes, but we love connecting with you guys, hearing your personal stories, answering your questions, just connecting with you. So please join that. You can sign up for that on our social media sites or our website as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. We so appreciate you showing up every week to listen to us. We'll have a brand new episode next Friday.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.